Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. I'm Uzma Kulsum from Absec Tech SSC Boys English Department, and today I'm here to discuss to recap the topic that we have already discussed from the book English Ahead Lower Secondary Student Book 3, page number 72, Unit 6, and the topic is third conditional. And you will be needed student book to understand the topic. And what is the topic? Third conditional. Now open your books, page 72, and see blue box that is given on the page number. We will handle the topic in two parts. The first one, the structure of third conditional will be discussed, and later on in the next part, the function of third conditional will be described. You see here on the page number, two words are given: if plus past participle. The second one would have plus past perfect, if plus past perfect, and the second one would have plus past participle. Fine. In the conditional sentences, there are two parts of a sentence. If clause is there, and the second one is the result clause is there. If clause shows the condition, if it is fulfilled or not fulfilled, there will be the result of that condition. With reference to this third conditional, see if there is if clause, it will carry past perfect, means had plus third form of the main verb, and the next part of the sentence would carry would have plus past participle. It means if had is there, in the next part would have will be there. Both share the same thing, that is the form of the main verb. That will be third form of the main verb in both clauses. Here lies the difference. If had is there, that pair is different. The next pair is would have will be there. Got it? So, second important thing is that it is not necessary that if clause must come at the beginning of the sentence. It can be at the end of the sentence. Now I'm going to read the examples that are given on the book. See page 72. This example is this one. If no one had needed to stay connected while away from home, Martin Cooper would not have spent years inventing mobile phone. Okay, you see, if clause is there, if is there, and then had is there. Had means past perfect. And what about the form of the main verb? Third form of the main verb is there. And what is the next part of the sentence? Martin Cooper would not have spent years in inventing the mobile phone. What is there? Would is there. And then have is there. Automatically it is understood the third form of the main verb will be there. And what about the second example? That is Thomas Edison would not have invented the electric light bulb if the people had not needed to work, study, and read after sunset. Okay, so I've already told you that it is not necessary that if clause must come at the beginning of the sentence. You see here in this sentence, if clause comes at the in the next part of the sentence. In the beginning, would is there, and with would what is needed, have is there. So this pair contains would have, and the next is if had. That is the next pair, and both share the common thing. What is that? The third form of the main verb. That is in the first part invented, and in the second part what is there? Needed is there. As far as the structure is concerned, there comes two parts of conditional sentence. If clause is there, and then the result clause is there. If clause carry if plus past perfect, means had is there. If had is there, okay, the next part carries would have is there. And as far as the form of the main verb is concerned, both carry the third form of the main verb. The second important thing regarding the structure of third conditional is that it is not necessary that if clause must come at the beginning of the sentence. It can be at the end of the sentence. Now come to the function of third conditional. Where do we use third conditional? this one. And third conditional, when we imagine different past, and where something did or didn't happen the way we imagine. Okay, so we are talking about the different result. Example is there: if I had known about it, I would have told you. I was totally unaware of the fact. If I had known that, I would have told you. So the things have happened, but it is not they didn't happen according to our expectations. So we are visualizing, we are it is imaginary situation. We are thinking like it should have happened like the way we had expected. So it talks about imaginary condition. The second important use is that it talks about the regrets or complaint is there. Like suppose that the situation is there, we haven't worked hard in the exams, and exam we have already taken our paper, and unfortunately the result is not good, and result card is in our hand, and we are visualizing, we are thinking about the situation. If we had worked hard, we would have passed it well. And so it talks about regrets and complaint is there. For example, the sentence, if I had worked harder, I would have passed. We have discussed the structure of third conditional, and then discussed the function of third conditional. You're quite familiar with it, and this lecture is for the sake of revision and recap. And now come to the exercise number 1. Complete the third conditional sentence using the correct form of the verb that is given in the bracket. Okay. We will do this exercise. Then Papia dash about Chindigo if he dash Kenji Kwakami's magazines. Okay, Kwakami's magazines. What comes in the blank? Would not have known, and in the second one is that had not read. Mhm. If had is there and would have is there, and both share the same thing, similarity is there. What is that? The third form of the main verb. What is that? Known is there, and the second part is read is there, though the spellings are same but the pronunciation differ. And the second sentence is that if the train dash late, we dash a half of the concert. Okay. And what comes in the blank? If the train had not been late, we would not have missed half the concert. So had is there. If had is there, the second one wouldn't have, both share the same thing. What is third form of the main verb? You see, be is there in the first part of the sentence, and what is the third form of the be? Been is there. The third sentence is Chindigo dash popular if Kenji Kwakami's write about it in his magazines. Okay. And the third one is what comes in the blank would not have become. The second part is that had not been able to. Fine. And fourth sentence, would your life dash be very different if you dash in another country? Be is the root helping verb, and would is there. You see, can you predict what will come in the next in this part of the sentence? Would is there, and then automatically it will accompany would have. And would have will be there, and the third form of the be is there. What is that? Been is there, and then if is there in the next part. I'm talking about the next part, that is if it will accompany if had is there, and automatically it is understood that the third form of the main verb will be there. What is that? Born. Okay. Blank in the first blank have been is there, and the third blank had been born. Okay. And now come to the fifth point, that is if I dash blank is there, and more careful, I and my sister's tablet. Mm. And what comes in the blank had been, if I had been more careful. Be, third form of the be is been. If is there, automatically had will be there, and then the third form of main verb. The second part is that would is there, and what comes with would, have is there, and the third form of the main verb, what is that, broken. Now the sixth, if you dash lots of money in the street this morning, would you dash keep. The sixth one, had found, and the next part, had kept. The next one means the seventh one, I blank a taxi if I dash enough money. Okay, would have taken, then had enough money. Let's discuss this one. I would have. Okay, would is there, automatically have will come, and then taken is there, third form of the main verb, a taxi. If, the next part is if clause is there, fine. If I had, if carries had with it. Now had comes with if. What about the next had? That is the third form of the main verb, that is have. Here the word have is acting as main verb, it is not acting as helping verb. Got it? So as far as the first exercise is concerned, we are done with it, and now come to the next exercise, that is complete the letter from the successful businessman to his old school teacher. Use the correct verb in the third conditional sentences. Okay. I'm going to read this letter, and side by side we will fill in the blanks. And dear Mrs. Cope, thank you for everything you did me at school. If you, now come the main issue, that is, if you had not helped me with my math, I would have failed the exams. If I had failed the exam, I would not have got a place at university. If I hadn't got a place at the university, I would have got a job instead. If I had got a job, the fifth one, I wouldn't have met my friend Arthur at university. If I hadn't met my friend Arthur, the sixth one, we wouldn't have started working together. Fine. So if we, seventh one, if we hadn't started working together, we wouldn't have invented the Maths for You app. Hmm. If we hadn't invented the Maths for app, the eighth one, we wouldn't have become successful. So the chain is there. If had is there, the next part would have is there, and it depends on the situation. I mean, the negative sentence can be there, and if you hadn't helped, we wouldn't have. All these things happen, and I couldn't have done it without your help. Best wishes, Benjamin Quick. So this is all about the exercise number 2, and that's it. And hope things are clear, and thank you.